First things first, obey your thirst. This recipe is called Fizzy, and I learned it from Dr. David Jubb in the year 2012. It's something I've been basically living on for a week or two. What happened was on Christmas, around Christmas time, a few days before Christmas, I ate almost a full jar of almond butter, and I became ill. I looked up almond allergy, and it is such a thing. It's something I've been suspecting for a long time, and it's not too bad if I just have almonds, but the almond butter is so concentrated that a jar of almond butter, the equivalent amount of almonds would be just an enormous amount of almonds that I ate. And so I got sick for probably 3 days or 4 days. And I didn't eat. And I started to get better. But then Christmas came. And like the day or two before Christmas, I started eating again. Because, force of habit. And I used Christmas as an excuse. I said, Christmas, blah, 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 the holiday, I'm going to be eating with family. Might as well just eat. And the sickness that I had, it didn't go away. Because now instead of detoxing, which is what symptoms of illness is actually a detox. In natural medicine, we teach that what's considered to be disease is actually the body's perfectly healthy response to heal itself, rather than the medical model today, which is that there's an invading force called germ theory. We teach that all the symptoms that people get is actually healthy, is a healthy body healing itself. So because I was eating, I wasn't really able to detox because I was using energy to digest. And it took probably a good week or two. So from Christmas on, I stopped eating basically. And then the cough went away in 3 days. I stopped eating on Christmas, day after Christmas. And then the cough went away after 3 days, and then it turned into a sore throat, and then eventually went away. Since then, for a couple of reasons. One is just my health. The other one is that I've been living on dino cheese. Wow, the tea is still hot from earlier today. Wow, I brewed this tea probably 2-3 hours ago. It kept warm inside here. It's not hot, but it's warm. This is my commercial recipe called Dino Cheese. If you've been following my channel, you know what this is. It's made out of pumpkin seeds. And because of this recipe and because I'm healing. I've been living on dino cheese and this fizzy recipe. My voice is still hoarse, but not because I'm sick. It's because I'm taking singing lessons. And it's $80 a month for 4 months. I got it on a YouTube video because I was trying to use YouTube to learn how to do metal singing. It's called vocal fry and false chord scream. And the YouTube video led me down a funnel, basically, to get to a singing lessons, which I kind of took the leap on New Year's Day. And it's kind of like paying for a trainer. You know, you are paying money, but what you're getting is worth it. Now, hold on, there's a seed in here. Let me get this out of here. Anyway, oh fuck. The instruction is to go 30 days straight. And if you skip a day, you got to start all over. So I think I'm up to day 13 or 14. I've been going hardcore. And today's not too bad, but I've been pushing myself, because it's actually metal screaming. So my voice has been slightly sore. What I'm going to do today is make a recipe called Black Gold. And long story short, I have a condition in my colon on the left side here, which is called the sigmoid colon. So you eat something, and it comes down. Let me stop this from shaking here. Okay, you eat something, it comes down the esophagus and enters the stomach, which is on the left side here. When it comes out of the stomach, the gallbladder, which is connected to the liver, releases bile. Right at the opening of the small intestine, where the stomach opens up into the small intestine, you have the gallbladder, the sphincter of Oddi, which is the opening of the gallbladder, releasing bile to combine with the food particles, the bolus, okay, to travel through the small intestine. So the bile acts as a lubricant. It acts as a chemical stimulant, to stimulate peristalsis, the movement of food through the intestine. Okay, now the small intestine, you could look, it goes a bunch of different directions. It ends up coming across here, which is from the left to the right. You have the last 4 inches of the small intestine. That connects to the large intestine right here on the right side at the ileocecal valve. And then you have the large intestine, which comes up, around, down, and then back to come out the back. So the two major areas that I have inflammation is the cecoiliac valve and the sigmoid colon, which is that last part of the large intestine coming in and back. So the ileocecal valve is inflamed because every time I've every time the food has gone into the colon to be pooped out, there's already some food behind it. So this ileocecal valve, which is a sphincter, it's a muscle, it never really had been able to rest. And so if you can imagine lifting a weight, even if it's like a 1 pound weight, if you just carry it your whole life and you never ever rested your muscle, eventually the muscle breaks down. And the ileocecal valve, you have food that's rotting, even if it's healthy food. You have fungal hyphae, which is roots of fungus. And I imagine, without looking inside, with a microscope, I imagine that it's almost like a an athlete's foot type of condition, or a in the wintertime when you get a split lip, and so that has to be rested, and the only time that can really rest is when it's not being used. So over the past, however long it's been, I've been really doing my best to do fasting, and the recipe that I'm going to make tonight is along those lines. This recipe that I just made, the fizzy shot or the fizzy drink, has been helping with that because it really helps to clean the intestine out. Um, if if I could just for a minute show you my thumb, what we have is a a correlation between body parts where you can look at different parts of the body, and those different parts of the body actually are showing you what's going on in other parts of the body. So for example, this is the heart. Okay, this is the kidneys. Um, this is uh, the intestine. What's up, Anthony? Thank you, man. Okay. Let's see. Now, this right here, what's going on my thumb, is actually related to that area that I just mentioned, the ileocecal valve. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but what's going on here is a dryness. It's dried, and it's not too bad today because I've really been disciplined. For the past week, I've been eating one cheese wheel a day, and other than that, all I've been doing is this fizzy drink. So it's not been easy, guys. I've had to use discipline, whatever discipline I have, you know. There's been moments where, I thought about giving in, giving up. Um, Junk food is not really an issue. I haven't had junk food in years, but it's so easy for me to go down the block to the CVS and get a $5 bag of pistachios, unsalted. I'm staying away from the almonds, but that's the thing that I guess I've been craving is pistachios. But once I eat the cheese wheel, it's like if I'm not hungry enough to eat the cheese wheel, I'm not hungry enough to eat, basically. And I get about halfway through the cheese wheel and I'm like, I don't really want to eat anymore, but the half of the cheese is sitting there, and so I finish it. Uh, so anyway, I'm working up to doing this fasting again. And the reason is because this part of my colon, the sigmoid colon, is basically cancerous. What's up, Kevin? Um, the body does what it can to survive. So if you could imagine just fucking shit rotting, and then there's always shit there in the last part of my colon. Um, when I go poop, there's more food behind it. Are nuts a power food? The thing about nuts, Kevin, is that you have to really, really chew them. You got to chew them down to a liquid, basically. Um, Anthony, I want you to know that even if I did have a tumor, which you know, um, which I would say that I have tumors. I have a lot of tumors. I have tumors in my neck. I have tumors in my gut. I have tumors in my spine. See, cancer is a word that's been used to describe a condition of the body doing what it can to survive. If there's something that's not supposed to be there and the body can't get rid of it, it will protect itself by putting a wall around it. And that's a healthy response. What we want to do is stimulate the healing to get rid of that. Okay? I'm not going to die from cancer because um, I'm not going to get chemotherapy. I'm not going to get unnecessary surgery. Okay? When people die from cancer, 99% of the time it's because of what's called iatrogenic death, which is death caused by medical procedure. Honest to God, all the people that you know who died from cancer died from their body being ravaged by chemo, radiation, and I know people that have had those treatments, and they're if you look the before and after, you can see how those treatments destroyed their health. And we want to support life. We want to give the body a chance to heal itself. We don't want to kill cancer because in essence you're killing the body's immune system. And that goes back to the fraudulent germ theory that the body suffers from outside forces, when really what's been going on is a relentless consumption of poison that the body's just trying to protect itself in any way that it can. So even if, I say I have cancer, I'm not going to die from cancer. But cancer is just a mold, is really what it is. If you look at a video of a strawberry or anything, what's called time-lapse photography, you can see the strawberry. It starts to, decompose, and then after it kind of decomposes, it will start to actually grow a white mold on it. And that's what cancer is. It's once the turnover happens, the dead tissue starts to be recycled and it reconstitutes itself as a mold. So the body breaks down from being poisoned, from stress, which can be radiation, from all the electrics. It could be stress from emotional trauma that can actually cause disease. Physical trauma can cause, a manifestation of disease. Injury, if the body is in a sick state, if you're not healthy and you get injured, if the body's not able to heal itself because your system's not functioning properly, the body can actually ferment that condition and you can actually get a tumor on an injury, which is kind of what happened to my neck and spine from injury and fighting. I have bone spurs, and that's basically a tumor. But anyway, where was I going with that? Shit, I fucking hate when that happens. What I'm going to do today is anti-cancer. So first there's the fizzy shot. We can look up a guy named Simoncini, and he's an Italian scientist who sprayed a solution of sodium bicarbonate on tumors, and it dissolved the tumors. And of course, cancer runs in toxicity, Anthony. Genetics is a flawed study. What you have going down through generations is an unhealthy lifestyle. Epigenetics is the new study where genetics can only be a map. Genetics can only be a map, and epigenetics is your path that you take. And you don't have to go anywhere that you don't want to. And everybody in my family could have heart disease and cancer, and I don't have to get that because I don't eat grains, I don't eat dairy, and both those things cause disease, and meat too, and flesh. Okay? The genetics is a flawed science. It's an incomplete science, and it's all based on the uh, the model of the modern menu. The modern menu is the cause of all disease. So until that gets fixed, all the other stuff, it really um, is not. Sugar. Well, there's different types of sugar, Anthony. That's like saying water. You can get a healthy water, and you can get water from the side of the road in a puddle. You know, it might be tainted with oil from cars. Um, when you say you eat excessive amounts of sugar, um, you have to be more specific in terms of what's the actually. Okay, so Starbucks vanilla latte. So what I would do is I would get you a a if you want to make it yourself, you could do it, or you could just get a coffee. You can get a healthy milk like coconut milk, and you can get your own vanilla. I get vanilla from the market, which it does have an alcohol base, but it's really a small amount of alcohol. Or you could get, you could get a healthy vanilla. They sell vanilla that's been powderized. It's just pure vanilla. You know, there's healthy alternatives. And then as far as sweeteners go, there's maple syrup. That's my favorite to put in coffee. There's coconut sugar. There's honey. You know, stevia, I would say that flavor is not too good for coffee. But the brain runs on sugar, and that's why you feel dead without it. Not to mention your organs might be kind of like demineralized, which you can rejuvenate yourself. Um, what's up, John Harvey? Maple syrup is probably my favorite sweetener, although after a while I kind of get sick of it. I think it's because there's really not any enzymes in it. Honey's the best. After honey, probably in terms of health, is really no comparison. Honey really is far and away the best health, the best sweetener. Is paleo? Anthony wants to know: is paleo sugar zero sugar diet healthy since the brain needs sugar? Okay, so when you say paleo zero sugar, um, most likely you're you're talking about a carnivore diet, and that's not healthy, no. But you can have a low glycemic diet, which actually equates to no sugar in the blood. When you eat high glycemic foods, you end up with sugar in the blood. Sugar is supposed to maintain, is supposed to be maintained at a level which is monitored by the liver. But the sucrose molecule, which is a disaccharide, in all hybrids like bananas, corn, carrots, dates, beets, potatoes, pineapple. These are hybridized foods. They're not a natural organism that can be found in nature. It's been hybridized by man, selectively engineered over eons because of that disaccharide sugar. People selected it, and it can't be found growing in the wild. It doesn't have the genetic integrity anymore to survive. It can only be found growing in a farmer's field and not in the wild anymore. Far away from its original state. Those organisms, if you eat them, it does end up as sugar in the blood. And you can have things like honey, which is low glycemic. Svenzia, heyo. Honey is the right type of honey is low glycemic. Okay. Squash, which is paleo friendly, is low glycemic. Quinoa, which is paleo friendly, low glycemic. These do not spike your blood sugar. What I do, which is called Life Food Certified, could fit into something comparable to a vegetarian paleo, because Life Food is the original menu of a human, which fits into the category of a frugivore. If you go to my website, lifefoodcertified.com, and click on where it says anatomy, you have 44 categories of the human animal, including the shape of the teeth, the length of the intestine, the acidity of the saliva, all different types of things having to do with our actual physiology. And it classifies animals based on that and compares them. And we fit into something called a frugivore. And a frugivore is a fruit-eating animal. And all vegetables that you would think of as vegetables, like tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, squash, pumpkins, these are actually fruits. And quinoa is the seed of a fruit. Anything that comes from a flower is a fruit. We're not carnivores. We're not herbivores. We're not omnivores. We're frugivores. And people can theorize about human history and they can come up with these theories. But if you look at what we actually are today, now, our physiology, what we actually have on our bodies, in our bodies, and you correlate that all across the animal kingdom, you can see what we are, which is a frugivore. All right, and I was going somewhere with all this, and I keep getting sidetracked. But just give me a second. Sugar, nuts, cancer. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, you can make a vanilla latte that's healthy, bro. The brain runs on sugar, but it has to be the right type of sugar. That's all. People who do paleo, people who do low carb, they get miserable. They'll even admit it. Oh, I'm miserable today. I'm cutting weight. Blah blah blah. High protein. You need sugar for brain function. That's the only fuel that the brain can use. Okay? So, but you need to have the right type of sugar. Otherwise, you have a spike. You have a spike which is causing you to feel dead, like you said. So you have the spike and the crash. And the crash is what, when you say you're feeling dead without it, the crash is what's causing that. If you switch to a Life Food Certified latte, you won't get that crash because your blood sugar will be maintained. John Harvey, brain made from fat, very important. I'm just going to assume that you're insinuating that we need to eat animal fats. And that's not true. There's plenty of healthy fats from plant-based sources. And also, even meat eaters have essential fatty acid deficiencies. And that's because they don't have the proper microbiome in the intestine, which actually does make fat. The science is showing that when you eat something, the healthy bacteria in your intestine uses that what you ate, and then our nutrition comes from the process of digestion that the healthy bacteria go through. The bacteria is what gives us the nutrients. It doesn't come when you eat something, it doesn't like go into your body. What happens is the same thing that happens in the soil, which is the bacteria break down whatever it is, and then the bacteria make something that then becomes what we absorb. And that's the cutting edge of science, meaning that's what's going on today, now, and into the future, not the old food pyramid and industry sponsored information. Okay? Oh, I'm missing something, and it was something that I guess was important, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have my fizzy shot, and then I'm going to do a little reading about this probiotic that I'm going to start taking either tonight or tomorrow. Okay? So, in the fizzy shot, we have, I used yerba mate tea, but you can use water, you can use apple juice, you can use orange juice. But the major ingredient is a weak organic acid, which could be apple cider vinegar, but if you want it to taste nice or make it for a kid, I'm using lemon. Okay? So, watch here. Now, it works best when it's warm, so I don't know if this is going to actually fizz too much. But, let's see. We got about quarter to a teaspoon of baking soda. And this is alkaline salt. This is the type of stuff that's produced by the liver. It acts as a scrubbing bubbles in the intestinal tract. And this is anti-cancer. And you can see it start to fizz up. Here we go. Alright, it's not fizzing up too much because it's cold in the basement here. But if it was warm or room temperature, it would fizz. Oh, okay. John Harvey. Oh man, that's good. John Harvey says, I'm assuming this is from the Bible, Timothy, the book of Timothy. Preach the word, be ready in season and out of season. Reprove. Fuck, what does reprove mean? Rebuke, exhort with great patience and instruction, for the time will come when they will not endure sound. Kevin. Oh, sound doctrine. But wanting to have their ears tickled, they will accumulate for themselves teachers in accordance to their own desires, and will turn away their ears from the truth, and will turn... Okay, there's more. Cancer is sometimes referred to as a silent killer. Anthony, the reason why cancer is referred to as a silent killer is because people today turn their body's response off. They take over-the-counter drugs. They take antibiotics. They repress their symptoms, which is the body actually trying to heal itself. See, I don't have cancer because I listen to my body. When I have a swollen gland on the left side of my throat, I know that's my colon. I don't spray something in my throat to make the pain go away. I don't take antibiotics. I listen to my body. I know how to heal it, how it can heal itself. It's not a silent killer. It's just that by the time somebody gets cancer, a certain amount of things have happened, which they shut down, and then cancer is the end result of them. It's like you've gone down a certain path. The signs were telling you to go one way, but you kept going the other way, and eventually you got somewhere, but you should have been listening to the signs. Okay, Kevin, the best food for babies other than breastfeeding. I would start with blended. Imagine you're fasting. When you start to eat again, you want something very light. Don't overload the system with nutrient dense food. But blend, 100% blend everything. I think the first food that I gave my kids was some type of blended fruit. No, there's no such thing as a healthy meat, guys. Zero. And I wouldn't consider the Bible an authority on nutrition. I'm sorry, I know that people, they're dedicated to their religion. People are dedicated to their religion, but, there's no denying the science. And what we have seen since the 90s, by using phase contrast microscopes, you can see in real time. So nobody's saying to eat grass, John. You haven't been paying attention. We're not herbivores. I don't eat grass, okay? I don't eat grains. I don't eat grass. Okay. What I do eat is healthy bacteria, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. Ribbit. Okay. Healing cancer with citric acid. Okay, let's see. Cancer is not caused by a cellular reproductive anomaly, and chemotherapy destroys you probably won't be able to read this. Chemotherapy destroys quality of life and is a scientific squalor. Cancer is a body colloidal organelle tissue aggregating, fusing, and differentiating into bacteria, mold, fungus, and yeast, leaving its mutual lived assisted form as double spore building blocks of cell interior organelle, and by aggregating, fusing, and differentiating, becoming bacteria, mold, fungus, and yeast instead inside of a cell, then growing fungal hyphae, then growing into an adjacent cell, and then body encystment or ulceration. So basically, the theory of Lifecolloid, which is Jubbs' theory, that he formulated by looking at through phase contrast microscopes, is that you have these building blocks of life, called Lifecolloid. And depending on the environment, they can either be symbiotic, meaning in a healthy relationship, cooperating with us, or they can turn to the dark side, and when they turn to the dark side, they become bacteria, mold, fungus, and yeast. And as a fungus, they grow these roots and grow into an adjacent cell, and then the body encysts them, makes a cyst, which becomes a tumor, or ulcerate, or an ulcer. Okay, so that's a whole written work about that. I'm going to skip ahead. There's a bunch of these that Dr. Jubb posted on Facebook. We have 0 point energy. Okay. How life can come about from seemingly nothing. Biophotonic Lifecolloid. Okay, that's what I'm going to have here. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. Jeez. Okay. Oh, revitalizes your skin. So I'm going to do what I can to do this as a fast, where all I'm consuming is this Lifecolloid probiotic formula. And I bought enough for 2 people, but I might actually just eat it all myself over the course of however long, a week or 2, where I'm not eating anything except this probiotic formula. And then I can document, what happens to my body as far as fat loss, rejuvenation, and muscle building, and such like that. Okay. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. Welcome. You've reached a vital connection to your health questions. Right off the cuff, having Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic is you dissolving acid deposits. Hold on. I'm just going to get the Lifecolloid out. So this is from an untouched soil in the Pacific Northwest. Apparently been untouched for 10,000 years. It's harvested and put in a packet here. And I'm going to mix it in a formula that's going to really not... It's really going to probably taste... No, it'll taste okay. Okay, detoxification, you would agree, is a necessity in today's world. Jubbs soil-borne Lifecolloid is the first and only fresh Lifecolloid probiotic in the world. It is a 100% vitality restorative and the most essential successful bioterrain restorative and heavy metal and chemical detoxification product on the market. David Jubb, PhD, recommended. This product is effective enough to facilitate the dissolving of calcium phosphate, the silent killer. Well, there you go, Anthony. It dissolves cancer. Daily application in combination with adopting the principles in Jubbs cell rejuvenation. Okay, that's the program of Life Food Certified Menu and fast and flushing, cleansing the organs. Can erase body fat, wrinkles, restore blood sugar, and clear away disease. Wow. You can learn more about this at askdrjubb.com, so stay excited and tuned in. I actually don't know if that's an actual website. Dr. Jubb has connected with thousands of people over the years, and people. It's like martial arts. How many people start, and how many people follow through? How many people actually? They say 1 in 10,000 becomes a black belt. If you can't give up meat, bro, you have parasites. But this could possibly, well, this is a full spectrum probiotic. So if you want a full spectrum probiotic, this is the thing. Until you've actually used Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic, it can be not easy to imagine how powerful it can cause such spontaneous remission. Numerous users claim it powerfully does. People of all ages using Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic receive immediate and noticeable results daily that are cumulative, compounding, and synergistic with miraculous result that can be seen within a few weeks of continued use. There is no comparison. All right, so maybe I got to do this for 3 weeks. Wow, a 21-day fast. Gee whiz, this is going to be pretty epic. I hope, God, give me the strength. Can you save time? Can you time travel at the 22nd century innovation's speed? Today you can make a choice or be stuck with yesterday's solution. Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic is exclusively available to you here and is not available in stores. Well, I mean, if you think of this as an untouched soil, this isn't something that Walmart's going to carry. It's not something that the FDA is going to approve. They're corrupt. They're corrupted, and you can get synthetic vitamins, but you can't get the actual earth that we come from. How's that? In this story, you journey into capturing cosmic energy as a black hole and also a supernova. As a veil of illusion is being lifted for you about health, and a twilight zone of unseen dimension is given to you here exclusively to benefit you now. Order Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic if you are caring to get concentrated, bioactive, rich, cleansing, and restorative vital nutrient ingredient. In merely a pinch of Lifecolloid, billions of such Lifecolloid abound. It is lithophilic, rock-eating, Lifecolloid that can transform insecticide, pesticide, petroleum, and heavy metal, and provide a powerful, persistent activity against parasites. You can heal the polluted water of your blood by chelative and clathrative element. and dissolved calcium phosphate deposit, a silent killer, through a learned daily application of Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic. This miraculous probiotic can be described by the most concentrated, heterogeneous matrix of Lifecolloid communities in the world. It is full of dynamic, autopoietic, self-regulating processes in chaotic space and time. Your intestine requires an ideal bioremediation Lifecolloid inoculant. So this probiotic actually seeds the intestine. Inoculant means these probiotics implant. They implant in the intestine. So it's not something that once you stop taking it, it's gone. This actually creates intelligence in the brain of the gut and will cause you to seek out healthy food, because once you put these healthy bacteria inside you, they want to create more health. It's like you send in these guerrilla soldiers, and they're creating democracy. I don't know, just a bad example, I guess. Anyway, this product has double the richest deposit anywhere on the earth of Lifecolloid species. Okay, if you want to translate Lifecolloid in this case to probiotic, you can say, instead of Lifecolloid, basically you could just say probiotic, that have biofilm, rhizosphere, conference gene. Okay, so that's basically saying what I just said. They create a healthy environment on the inner lining of the intestine, and only improves beneficial probiotic process, and has Lifecolloid species that degrade a wide range of body toxin at high and low concentration. It provides, hold on. I don't know what that means. It provides a veritable software program for reprogramming mineral-starved cells. So this is like a mineral-starved cell is like imagine a flower that's like, it's getting withered. So reprogramming mineral-starved cells it rejuvenates them. Provides resistance to heavy metal pollutant. Displays chemotaxis, which is locates pollutant hotspots. It also increases availability of all vitamin mineral complexes by producing surfactants. Detoxification by Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic functions as a neutralizer and also donor in horizontal transfer of radioactive waste, acid, and catabolic plasmid. It eats tar and resin and laminated intestinal debris, and turns this into useful antioxidant and immune and bodybuilding vital elements. The Lifecolloid are transients and remain up to 3 days. These Lifecolloid provide the body with a biophotoelectromagnographic function that the body can locate and dissolve contaminant concentration at its body location. Anthony, protein is available in everything that you eat, bro. Come on now. Don't think that the only way you can get protein is by eating animals. That's silly. That's industry-sponsored information that you're um, repeating what you've heard. Many vegetarian and vegan athletes are performing at the top levels of their sport without consuming animal protein. Spontaneous remission and bioaugmentation depends upon specialized Lifecolloid in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. Lifecolloidal inoculate contain missing biodegradative pathways, and it also donates catabolic genes for your symbiotic resident Lifecolloid body flora. Cells are composed of your body's biochemistry, and management of acid deposit can only be dissolved and healed by element in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic that is lithophilic botanical Lifecolloid interactive element. 22,000 premature deaths occur every 2 months in the United States, and probiotic health is the single culprit that new toxin is not made inert and broken down. So what this is saying is that because people don't have a healthy microbiome, they can't handle toxins coming in. Necessary vital organic acids such as humic acid, butyric acid, fulvic acid, malonic acid, malic acid, oxalic acid, propionic acid, succinic acid, and other useful vital acid are not readily available in other life food supplement. And whole food vitamin mineral complexes can only be cellularly digested and assimilated by such elements. So this is saying you're not getting that stuff in your food. Only upon such Lifecolloid is the basic cleanup present for clearing away, transforming, and dissolving organic and inorganic body pollutants. Use Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic and say goodbye to mold, fungus, and dysbiotic yeast. Live free now of wrongful intestinal yeast. That's Candida. Avail yourself of a mysterious, miraculous energy encoded in these words. This probiotic has nature's pre-programmed autocode to normalize and heal various conditions that mold of body tissue would have resulted. God is emptiness. It's the 0 point energy that everything comes from. You ever heard emptiness is godliness or cleanliness is godliness? Okay, God is in everything. God is in everyone. If you get rid of meat, if you get rid of junk food, you become closer to God. All spiritual practices use fasting to increase their spirituality. And they all teach that flesh foods bring you further away from God and they muddy your spirituality. That's a poison thinking that you've got there if you think that God wants you to consume flesh. That's a wicked sacrifice. Where am I? This probiotic vibrational energy that is dark, light and sound vibration that eliminate harmful microbes that are making you sick. This is nature's solution to antibiotic-resistant disease. It's the only natural element that can heal food poisoning instantly. You must learn more about this product and assist yourself and help others to heal disease. Are you interested in breaking the aging cycle? If there is one supplement in the world that can do this, it's Jubbs nutrient-dense Lifecolloid Vital Probiotic. Inside this nutrient-dense adaptogen, which means it brings all into balance, adaptogen, is a natural, bioidentical vitamin mineral hormone that naturally mobilizes energy by getting therapeutic water to flow in your body with spare electrons to give you a full pulse. Get rid of yeast and mold and heal up psoriasis and other conditions. You can detoxify and alkalize your body and clear away wrongful stone calculi debris. On this note, nothing has more power than Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. You have the power of a rock to withstand the ravage of oxidation and have a true anti-aging remedy. You have the power of a rock to withstand the ravage of oxidation and have a true anti-aging remedy. The word of 2,000 years. Bro, 2,000 years is nothing. The human animal is 81 million years old. According to the Vedas, that's the most ancient writing. The most ancient spiritual writing comes from India. And it states that human is 81 million years old, not 2,000. You're going off of a book that's what's the word when something comes through something and it's tainted? The tainted word, the tainted ideas of man. The Bible is the tainted word of God. Yes, 81 million. There's pyramids in China. There's pyramids in Asia, like Russia. There's pyramids in South America. There's pyramids in America. I'm the spirit of the Antichrist. Okay. I'm against people who are exclusive. If you think that that your book gives you authority, then I'm whatever you say I am, because I believe the Word of God is written in our hearts. It's written in the ether. There is one God. He's in everything, and He is inside me. He's inside you too, but you've been poisoned, and you've been tainted, and you've been brainwashed by a book that was written by pedophiles. Your book is written by pedophiles, bro. Okay? My book is untainted. My book comes straight from God. When I speak, I'm fasting. There's no taint. There's no animal blood on my lips. If you're speaking with animal blood on your lips, you're speaking from the devil. And your book is poison. It's poison on the land, and it's been used to murder. It's been used to justify murder and rape. That one people can have authority over another. And all modern research in science is affirming that meat eating is toxic. All modern science is confirming that meat eating is toxic. I'm just going to say that twice. Okay? if you're going by real science and not industry sponsored research, okay? That's why the whole world's moving towards plant-based. It's because meat eating is toxic for human animal, and the farming of animals is also toxic for the environment. It's unsustainable for the growing global population. Okay? If you want to believe that the world is overpopulated, you're a racist, and um, there's people that actually do believe that the world is overpopulated, but we can actually feed according to calculations, 6 billion more people, okay, using the right farming methods. I don't want to. I don't want to insult people's religion because I believe that all spirituality is coming from the same source, but it becomes tainted through the lips of man. God is emptiness. God is emptiness. Your word is dead. Soon as you write it, the word that is alive is unspoken. And you're most likely hallucinating. You're most likely hallucinating if you consume the Eucharist because it's made from grains. And the mold on the grains actually causes hallucination. So you're basically on LSD. People eat bread, they eat other grains, and the mold, uh, it causes you to hallucinate. You know? This guy thinks that God is somewhere else. He's calling God a he, and God is somewhere else. That's evil, bro. If you don't think God is inside a child, that's evil. God is inside the animals that you eat. God is inside this empty space, and you can you can uh, you can come into contact with God anytime you want. You don't have to read a book that was written by man. That's what this Lifecolloid is about. It's about bringing back a balance of healthy bacteria, and this is the building block of our health. From dust you come, from dust you shall return. To dust you shall return. We come from the earth. This is the stuff that makes us. There's more bacteria in the human body than cells. We're made up of more bacteria than cells. We are more bacteria than we are human. If you count it all up, it's about 1,000 to 1, I think, or 10,000 to 1 bacteria to human cells. And this will get rid of all the shit that's not supposed. It will help get rid of all the shit that's not supposed to be there, in conjunction with eating right and cleansing. And I've eaten right for 5 to 8 years. I've been cleansing for a long time. I'm down to pumpkin seed cheese and fizzy drinks for the last week. And now I'm going to switch over to probably just fizzy drinks and this, or maybe just lemon water and this, or maybe just tea and this. But I'm going to stop eating pumpkin seed cheese tonight. I mean, today, because I had some already today. I'm going to do what I can to have this instead of pumpkin seed cheese tomorrow. Once I make up the recipe, I'm going to show you how I make up the recipe after this, as soon as I finish reading this. The protozoan, Anthony, I think life started way before that. Even the protozoa had to come from somewhere, bro. But I'm not making this up. Look it up right now. Humans are more bacteria than cells. Look it up on Google and then let me know what you find out, because I haven't read about that in a while, but I didn't make it up. Where are we here? Bioremediation. of Jubbs Lifecolloid inoculant species introduces donor strains of Lifecolloidal compatible with intestinal symbiotic Lifecolloid that are already there, then allowed to colonize your intestinal garden. For a prolonged survival of the inoculated Lifecolloid is not a prerequisite for successful degradation of toxin. Interesting. So what I'm reading here is that even though the Lifecolloid lasts for only 3 days, it sets up your situation down there to continually cleanse. Much transfer of degrading plasmid and Lifecolloid inoculants is incurred to provide a library of useful immune and other communication molecules to exist. To restore vital neuroendoimmunological vitality. Essential soil science research can assist you with deep insight into the contribution that Lifecolloid as a probiotic makes to contribute to a vital, healthy body and earth. Given that 200 cancer-causing toxin can be found in an umbilical cord blood of a newborn, a body early on becomes contaminated in a similar way as the land has also become, and a developed, successful remediation detoxification program requires nature's Lifecolloid as a probiotic to be healed. So just like bacteria is detoxing the waters off of Fukushima, the radiation that spilled out of the Fukushima disaster is being eaten up and recycled by bacteria, the same way that what's up, Londos? The same way that bacteria breaks down oil spills in the ocean is the same way that this healthy bacteria cleans up the body. Fungi rhizosphere is the region adjacent to roots of plants where Lifecolloid biochemical properties differs much from the bulk of other soil-borne Lifecolloid. The darker rich humates and other organic acid is very vital in detoxification. So that's the difference between this soil and like a brown soil. So this is a dark, moist, deep soil. It's different than the dirt in your garden. Nitrogen fixing in the intestinal tract for protein synthesis. Protein made by bacteria in the gut. And in good soil, vital produce is grown under the influence of plant roots. It's a dynamic and diversely dense Lifecolloid community of available probiotic nutritive element. So vital for your healthy intestinal garden you are wrapped around, such as 16 essential sugars, protein, fat, mineral, and essential trace elements that can clear away all toxic debris from your intestinal tract and body, leaving it vitalized. Your body's healthy tissue comes back in where it should be. Jubbs Lifecolloid is a probiotic collected from a rare deposit of a water-soluble tar, pitch-like substance teeming with billions of Lifecolloid. It's collected underneath the layer close to the surface, where numerous biotic, carbon, and silica energy sources concentrated most. Only in this natural layer does the soil-water interface of Lifecolloid develop, and it does so within a glycoprotein biofilm. This root growth layer is the site of the highest lifecolloid concentration and highest fungal hyphae interaction. Troublesome xenobiotic and metabolite of such is always found in this layer. And it is in this layer you will find the most powerful detoxifying lifecolloid. Wow. Okay. Svenia. Your cat. So look, we're all animals, right? Humans, cats, dogs, birds, fucking whatever. Tigers. That's a cat, right? We're all animals. We're all living beings. We all have a brain, and we all have a gut. Sorry. Now, obviously, human brain is different. We have the executive guidance area, which I believe is the cerebrum, the frontal cortex. Okay. This is my construction hat. My mascot for Dino Cheese is a dinosaur humanoid. Let me show you the logo here. Actually, wait a second. His name is Mega. So I'm going to put an M. I'm going to put an M right here. My Master Lukey M. Here's Mega. He's a dinosaur humanoid that wears an Iron Man suit. Let me get a picture of him here. He wears basically an Iron Man suit, and he drives a transforming excavator called Z-Tech. And I've made a comic online called Dino and Digger, and Dino is the dinosaur humanoid named Mega, and Z-Tech is his transforming excavator, and let's see here. Just show you a picture. The transforming excavator can fly. Here it is in flying form. You know, these are the treads. The actual digger arm is tucked under, and then, you know, if you want to see the story, you go to dinoanddigger.com. But Mega became the mascot for my Dino Cheese, and here he is. Here he is with his blue glasses, you know, his blue visor, and his construction hat. And then I'm going to put an M here. And then so the health food store next door, I've gone there with my last recipe, Power Sushi, and I set up a table, and I handed some out, and I like sold one box or something. But I think the Dino Cheese is a better recipe for, you know, a table like that. My brother has told me that he would finance my Dino Cheese, you know, if I want to get to a farmer's market or something like that. So I'm gonna be the mascot. I'm gonna put an M here, you know, and then maybe I'll get like these cool blue visors or something. Who was it? Was it Bret Hart who had the who had like the visor? Bret Hart. I think it was Bret Hart. It was like a, it was like a, phone. It was bendable. Let me look that up on Amazon. Maybe I'll grab something like that. But this I got on Amazon. It's not a real hard hat. It's plastic. It was only $10. It doesn't fit right though. I think I'm gonna take this inside out and try to fit it better because it doesn't go down far enough. I think it should be down like that. Anyway, stop distracting me, Londos. I'm reading here. Come on, man. Come on, man. Although we are at I'm at 2,527 view hours on my YouTube channel. When I started counting, I think I was only at 1,000. So I'm getting there. I think probably by summertime I'll be at the 4,000 hours requirement, view hours required to monetize my channel. And later, John, and then by then hopefully I'll have some events lined up and do something like a text to talk thing where I could listen. So instead of having to keep looking at the phone, I could just hear, you could type something and I could hear what you're saying. A lot of the streamers have that. Okay, where we at? I think I'm down here. Lifecolloid. Okay. Headbutting. I don't know about that. Lifecolloid communicate to each other via their condominium mode of extracellular polysaccharide. This facilitates information and genetic exchange to be vitally incurred. Jubbs Probiotic is made of transient lifecolloid, and for some 3 days or more, lifecolloid deposited daily through a regular intake, you end up making an antenna through the intestinal tract, providing a paramagnetic force not found without such. Paramagnetic, holy. An extracellular polysaccharide produced by Jubbs Lifecolloid assists first symbiotic surface colonizers. As dysbiotic, lifecolloid is eco-sterilized against by antibiotic function. Okay, so what this is saying is that the lifecolloid produced this extracellular polysaccharide, and what that does is it strengthens the other healthy bacteria that you have, and then that pushes out the unhealthy bacteria. Environment allows an autopoietic, parentheses, self-regulating, environment to be instantaneous via semi-conductive structure involved, where a holographic, biophotonic, laser-like field instantaneously exists. You get this entire nutrient in 1 teaspoon of Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. Damn, 1 teaspoon? Damn, this isn't as much as I thought then. If I got to eat a whole teaspoon at once, I thought it was a third or a quarter. Let me see. I think it's going to give me the formula later on this book here. Xenobiotics can be found in your intestine and are strange biotics of toxic effect, inoculated mostly by nutritional toxin. Root exudates and decaying matter of organic acid of a low molecular weight acid and also humic monomeric substance that form important ligands found in Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic forms oxidate coupling reaction and can be catalyzed biologically by enzymes or abiotically by clay or oxide. I honestly don't know what that just said. So basically, you have these unfriendly bacteria that come in through junk food. Okay. Meow, what's up? Oxidate coupling reaction and can be catalyzed biologically by enzymes. I think basically what this is saying is that the Lifecolloid probiotic dissolves. This is saying that it dissolves using enzymes. It dissolves these unhealthy bacteria. Degradation of xenobiotics from the intestine is related to probiotic Lifecolloid activity. Intestinal availability of life food nutrient consumption is related to Lifecolloid activity. What's a better angle? Do you guys want to see my head or should I fucking stick with paper? Can I do both? My girlfriend told me to grow this ridiculous fucking V for Vendetta mustache, so. How's that? Best of both worlds. The reading and my fucking head. Availability of nutrient is influenced by Lifecolloid. Rabbit. Only by weak organic acid can mineral be released by chelation and reduction. Only by I read that. Mineral is broken down by Lifecolloid and solubilization is also achieved by the same Lifecolloid. Bioremediation is the faculty of Lifecolloid to synthesize antibiotic when requiring space and its own nutrient. Requiring. Synthesized antibiotic can be easily produced and applied by Lifecolloid to control undesirable dysbiotic Lifecolloid. Jubbs cell rejuvenation also applies phytoremediation through plant-based formula to heal. Oh, a Spaniard? All right, right on. Thanks, bro. To heal a contaminated intestinal tract. Okay, so Jubbs cell rejuvenation is the Life Food Certified menu plus cleansing. So eating right and cleansing can help heal your contaminated intestinal tract. This approach is a low-cost, effective cleanup, natural process applied for a variety of intestinal contaminants and waste. Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic has specific substrate enzymes that perform key cleanup and terrain restoration function and is indicative of a stressed or degraded intestinal Lifecolloid condition that such a probiotic be applied. Oh, fuck. Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic is used staying pollution-free in a contaminated world. You detoxify deep, laminated, deposited toxin, including calcium phosphates deposits from the brain and body. Yeah, I think I need that. Neutralize the toxic effect of fluoride and chlorine and bring in a powerful antioxidant. Your pH is brought into balance, while harmful viruses, bacteria, mold, fungus, and yeast is cleared away forever. Pollutant, as well as xenobiotic lifecolloid, is absorbed on surfaces of Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic. Absorbed. Such pollutant is subject to microbial degradation. A driven desorption occurs as life-colloidal probiotic attached to your intestinal lumen surface. This leads to a healthy, vital biofilm formation at the life-colloid probiotic interfacial intestinal region. Okay, so biofilm is the lining of the intestine. On top of the intestine, you have the biofilm, which is the bacteria on the surface of the intestine. This influences the rate and extent of contaminant absorption by physical obstruction of the xenobiotic absorption site, and also by creation of diffusion obstruction, changing the intestinal tract and other body sites diffuse into small surface pore of life-colloid substrate. Holy fuck! That is accessible to symbiotic life-colloid. That direct contact occurs between such life-colloid and contaminant that necessary biotransformation occurs. Who typed this shit? Holy! I'm trying to just translate it to English for you guys. I'm just going to move on. I can't. In the early 80s, this author popularized the value of soil-borne organisms inoculants to assist to detoxify and adaptogenically be restorative. Okay, that makes sense. Soil-borne organisms and inoculants, okay, so that's healthy bacteria from the soil that now I can't think of the word. Implant. That means it sets up a colony to assist to detoxify and bring into balance and restore the body. Any bug you know as a flu or Lyme disease is the result of the tissue of the body having become fermentative. One's body immune system can have been in overdrive, or your terrain can be healed by oxygenation. This is what Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic Therapeutic is all about. Oh, shit! All dysbiotic Lifecolloid rely upon low levels of oxygen. Ooh, I see. Bioavailable carbon and silica abound in Jubbs Probiotic that is oxygen-loving. In such an environment, oxygen has all transformed and de-differentiated pleomorphically. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic produces an abundance of spare electrons from organic and inorganic substance. All you do is ingest, and benefit abound to eliminate odor and yeast. Okay. I know some people who might need to eliminate some odor and yeast. Holy. You ever, it's not even like they're sweaty, it's just like their body odor. It's like, I can tell, I can smell the mold inside them. Oh. Your body and home will actually smell cleaner. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic transforms tar and resin into negative ions. Electrons in such a state are excited via Lifecolloid biotic electronic oscillating circuits influenced by 0 point energetic and residuum vibration. Oh yeah, that's God right there. 0 point energetic and residuum vibration. That would be the male God. The female God would be, or the female, you have the light and you have the dark. So some people say even the devil comes from God, right? So that's like you have the light, you have the darkness, you have um, the 0 point energetics and the residuum vibration. That's the male energy. That's life coming from nothingness, and then you have nothingness, which is the feminine. They call it the cosmic mother. So anyway, I guess we were talking about God before, so that would be the science of it. As far as God being explained by science, you have what's called 0 point energy, and you have residuum vibration, where energy, this 0 point energy, collides, and then there's they cancel each other, but then there's a like a remainder, which ends up as an energy that is manifested into existence. It's I believe it's called a tachyon. Look, yeah, I try to explain things as if it was a comic book. Uh, I grew up on cartoons. I grew up on action figures. You know, I'm not a good reader. I'm reading this because of whatever reason, but I don't like to study. My attention span is what it is. Um, I I I will learn this stuff, but I'm just trying to explain things in a way that it could be I could be talking to a 4-year-old or a 10-year-old, and they would stay interested. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get too scientific with this stuff, I'm not even going to be able to pay attention to my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids in church, because look, this fucking basement that I live in for free, my dad built it. So like he came over today and started in on me, and I can't tell him to go fuck himself because I'm living here for free. As much as I want to fucking just get rid of him out of my life, and my mom too, as much as I want them to be fucking out of my life, she's the court ordered supervisor, so I need to go to her house on Saturday to see my kids. And anyway, I go to church with them uh, because they take my kids to church. You know what I'm saying? I don't I don't have my own place. When I do get my own place, the court's gonna send a what is it when uh, when they send somebody to a crime scene to just study everything down to the fucking last little detail. There's a certain type of I can't think of it's a certain type of fucking thing. Anyway, they send somebody to see where I'm living. This is not a legal apartment, so I can't have my kids here. Anyway, it's my it's not mine. My dad's letting me. Forensics. There you go. Thank you. Thanks, Rick. They have to do a forensics analysis on my living space. So then once I get my own place, they send the forensic analysis. Who's living there? Did the kids have a bed? Is there food in the fridge? And then I could have visitation without my parents. Right now, my mom is the court ordered supervisor. Before that, I had to pay $90 an hour for another court order supervisor. The ex-wife agreed to let my mom, you know, be the court order supervisor so I don't have to pay, which I can't afford anyway. So anyway, um, we have to go to church because my dad is Catholic, and so my kids are sitting in church, and it's just like when I was a kid in church. I don't want to fucking be there. It's boring. I can't relate to anything, you know? So, what's up, Steve? Yo, I mailed out your book yesterday, bro. I think I got I think I actually threw out the tracking number, if it even had one. I don't know if international has tracking, but I sent it regular mail, so I don't even know how long it's gonna take. But I did send it out. I appreciate you getting my menu book, and then I'll just tell you, just like everybody else on here, if you have any questions, if you want to do cleansing, I'm here for you, 24/7. Let me just show you my new business card. This is coming in the mail. I ordered it, and I'll show you. But it basically says 24/7 health coach. So, I wrote that book a couple of years ago. It's old recipes. They're still good recipes. But I appreciate you. I made $10 on it, $10 profit. I got some honey with that. So, I appreciate you getting it. But, it's not a complete book. It's the basic, it's the basics. You could do the cleanse with just that book, but I want you to go here. Go to masterluki.com here, okay? What the fuck? Damn it, Epic. Oh my god. How the hell? Fuck you. Okay. So we're on masterluki.com. You go to About page, which I know you have already been on, but you might have stopped here where it says contact. I'm actually probably going to take this contact thing off, because if you go a little further down, you got my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You have my email, which also is for Google Hangouts, which is kind of like Skype for Google. And then you even have my cell phone number and my Skype. Okay? So look, you want to do the program, you have a question about the menu, whatever it is, you hit me up 24/7. That goes for anybody, whether you have the book or not. Okay? And this is... This is my new business card. That's coming in the mail. Sorry about the light there, but it's causing that thing there. Alright. Except for Lundos? No, I take all your calls there, Lundos. I did have to mute you for a while because you fucking texted me at like 2 in the morning for no reason, bro. I do sleep. You know what I'm saying? I do sleep sometimes, and if you wake me up in the middle of the night for something that could wait till the morning, I'm gonna be pissed. Be considerate. And don't wake me up at fucking 2 in the morning for something that could wait until the next day. You know what I'm saying? Please. I have to fight for my life every day in the gym. I need to recover. You know what I'm saying? Was that everything? Okay. Yeah, so it was 5. Okay, 5 is too early, bro. Sometimes I wake up at 5, but then I try to go back to sleep. I think it was late. I think it was late. Yeah, the vampire, right? Gee whiz. I think I actually identify more with the werewolf. Or maybe Abraham Lincoln, vampire hunter. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to read this shit and uh, and make sense of it. You know, it's even over my head sometimes. But I have seen and I have felt, and I'm witness to the benefits that it's had, these teachings in my life. And honest to God, Dr. Jubbs saved my life on 2 occasions. One was the first time when I learned about Life Food Certified and started to cleanse, because up until that point, I was eating grains and dairy and depressed. And uh, uh, the second time was after I got my traumatic brain injury, and that exacerbated, it made it worse. And they wanted to put me on lithium, and that would have been it for me. But now, with my new regulatory system for MMA, Master Luki's League of Champions, and my Life Food Certified menu that I got from Dr. Jubb, I have a new chance. I have a chance to make a comeback. I'm not just talking about a comeback in fighting, I'm talking about a comeback in life. To get my kids back, to get my own place, to have a life instead of being under my parents at 40 years old and they fucking hate me and I fucking hate them. And it's only because of obligation that that my dad's still taking care of me by giving me this place. you know. But he came by today railing on me, telling me I'm not a good person, what I'm doing is wrong. My mom doesn't talk to me, and honestly, I don't mind that. She can go fuck herself, both of them. But shit, I don't want to get into a negative train of thought. Where was I going with all this? Oh, sorry guys. Dr. Jubb saved my life, and I'm into this. I'm into it. So, I'm gonna. It's just like I was telling Lundos yesterday, because I'm taking singing lessons, and I got to practice after this. I'm kind of using this as a warm up for my voice. He said, "How's it going?" I said, "Well, I really like it, although I'm garbage. It's only been two and a half, a little over 2 weeks, about 15 days. It's going to take a lot of work." But I've seen the results of this, and I've seen a little bit of, I'm starting to find my voice. Ribbit in the singing. And I got the general idea, I know what to do, and I use it to be able to fight for my life every day. Of course, I'm not doing UFC. I probably wouldn't be able to keep doing that at 40 years old. you know. So the League of Champions is also saving my life. But anyway, my mission is to, make it all into basically a comic book, or a cartoon, or an activity book, or an action figure, or a video game, something that, a kid can relate to. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing the music, because I want to get into that realm where these artists um, are all promoting, you know, drugs and a lifestyle that's not healthy. If you listen to lyrics, it doesn't matter if it's mainstream or this type of stuff that I listen to, which is like more, I would call it underground hip hop, which some people call emo trap. I'm into artists like Lil Lotus. I like Unknown, which is an artist called Unknown. Um, there's guys like let's see, I can't think of any other ones. Emo trap is probably the best word to describe it. Who I got this weekend? Come on, bro. That's a completely pointless fight in my eyes. Why would anybody think that Poirier is going to win? He already got demolished in the first fight. He's not a different fighter. It's going to be the same fight. I think McGregor is going to do exactly what he said he's going to do, which is knock him out in 1 minute. And it's a build-up fight for McGregor because he's their cash cow, and they just want him to look good to give him another belt and make the Khabib fight if they can, or give him somebody else that he could fight for the belt because it's a business. It's the fight business. It's not about who's the best fighter. It's about who's gonna make the most money for the company, and that's McGregor, and that's why they gave him Poirier. Of course, you can make the argument, oh well, Poirier beat so and so, and then this is the fight to make, but it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be a competitive fight. I think it's going to be the same exact fight. McGregor's got too much power, and Poirier, um, he's just happy to be there. You know, I think McGregor. Anyway, I want to see Chandler versus Hooker though. I think that's the best fight of the night. Oh, can I get back to this, guys? I wouldn't say work, Londos. I wouldn't say it's a work. I would say more of it's a build up. They do it in boxing all the time. They set these guys up with what they would call like a tomato can to pad their record, you know? And I'm not calling Poirier a tomato can. I'm just saying that um, Poirier is not, he's not going to be competitive. Do I think he learned, bro? Anthony says, don't you think Poirier learned from the first fight, though? I mean, look, what are you going to learn, bro? What are you going to learn? There's no secrets in martial arts. There's no secrets anymore. There's no secret technique. They're both strikers. McGregor hits harder, and his timing is better, and he's faster, and he's bigger. Okay? And he's just got his number. That's the way some things go, you know? The person who's going to beat McGregor is not another striker. The person who's going to beat McGregor is Khabib, another grappler who can fucking choke him out, beat him down, choke him out. How does McGregor lose his fights? He lost by gassing out and getting choked out against Diaz, and by getting choked out against Khabib. You're not going to outstrike him. It's just, I think the only way McGregor will lose a striking match is against a really good Thai fighter who will kick the fuck out of his legs. Like when Machida lost to, I think it was Ninja, maybe Shogun, one of those brothers. Rick says honest expressions. Is that a Bruce Lee reference? Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I want Poirier to win. As much as I hate McGregor, I mean, I don't really hate him. I hate that he's promoting alcoholism and the flashy lifestyle. I think he's white trash. And he's promoting alcoholism to kids, and I really would like to beat the fuck out of him. Of course, in my league. Not to beat the fuck out of him, but beat him on points in my league. Hopefully one day I'll be able to make that match, Because, with all his money, he really could help me build something that's actually healthy for people, that's actually good for people. Because really, the way that he acts is what we would call see you next Tuesday in Australia. In Australia, let's say McGregor, he's a real see you next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Jose Aldo had some nasty leg kicks. That's true, except that we never saw them from McGregor. We didn't even get to see one kick from him. But then also, I think he's kind of washed. Even in his last fight, which he won, he really didn't look that good. I mean, he's gun shy. I think his chin is gone from all the wars. I like Khabib, man. I like grapplers, even though I'm not a great grappler. I like seeing grapplers win because it's really about hard work. I don't like these fucking strikers who they just want to knock you out and look fancy and give people traumatic brain injury and boxers and fucking karate guys. I like grapplers and I like well-rounded fighters the most. To me it's like, fighting is not about knocking people out. Fighting is about, to me, the spirit of fighting is about hanging on when you want to quit. It's about digging deep. To me, fighting is a metaphor for personal development. Whereas striking is, let's just get it over with. But grappling is like, you got to dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Who wants it more? Striking, to me, of course, there's timing, there's distance. It's very skilled to be a good striker. But it's just like, the whole idea of point fighting in karate is like one shot, one kill. That's, to me, martial arts is a lifelong journey. And grappling is about the grind, It's like, how much can you push yourself to get out of these bad situations? To fight back from the brink of defeat. Steve brings up a good point, the super juice. See, he claims that he's not juiced, but I really think that the high levels of the UFC guys, the stars that they promote, I do think that they're on. See, I think USADA, the USADA, was brought in to get people onto the new generation of steroids. They only bust they only bust people that either they don't see them as profitable. Because the UFC is owned by this big corporation now. They have algorithms. They have teams of people that are studying. How much. They have formulas. They give people ratings. This guy, in terms of profitability, in terms of marketability, this guy's an 85. This guy's a 99. McGregor's off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy Cerrone. How's this guy have a fucking resurgence of his career at this late stage? It's like Roger Clemens. You remember when he got on human growth hormone? So I think anybody who trains at the performance UFC Performance Institute, I think they should call it the Performance Enhancement Institute. And how's McGregor at the top of the... Is he some type of special fucking 1 in a million athlete? No. I think he's a special athlete, but I also think he's enhanced. Guys, my phone just said I'm running out of battery, so let me see if I can plug in over here. And then I'm going to get back to this video, to this reading, because I'm wasting time here and I still got to make the recipe, okay? Oh, fuck. So let me read this. I'm not going to read the chat for a bit. I'm going to read this. Okay, where am I at, though? Okay. I think I'm over here. Okay, Jubbs, Lifecolloid, Probiotic, transforms tar and resin into negative ions. Electrons in such a state are exited via Lifecolloid biotic electronic oscillating circuits influenced by 0. Yeah, Matt Serra is a great grappler. He gave me a lot of personal instruction too. Definitely. What a nightmare to have that guy on top of you. Holy fuck. Energetic and residuum vibration. Okay, that's where we were. Only what is dissolved is transported across a life-colloidal membrane as a dissolved substance and is available to passively diffuse and or bind to its protein colloidal chaperone. Such a mineral can only be acted on to be given a chaperone to be available to a plant and animal by Lifecolloid, an abundance of which exists in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. All minerals to be available require it to be biologically complex. As this can occur, it occurs in an aqueous fluid state. So that's saying that because this is moist, you know, it has the chaperone. The living mineral. It's actually alive. It's not a dried up rock. You know? This is actually alive. Dissolved organic matter as Lifecolloid abounds in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. Neutron, proton, and electron is given and received. 0 point energy is tapped by Lifecolloid, and this is what is growing the Earth. It's 12 times larger than it was when the land masses were together. I bet you didn't know that. The Earth is actually growing. Not plate tectonic theory, but the growing Earth theory. So all the land masses used to be together. You know, they have this idea of Pangea, where all the continents were together. And then because the Earth has been growing, all the land masses have separated. 12 times larger. Okay, that's 1,200%. 1,200% larger. Colloid of life is continuously being created by process of aggregation, fusion, and differentiation. Deep within the earth, colloid of life assemble into life colloid by aggregation, fusion, and differentiation. A great continuum of colloid of life exists that can assemble into life colloid by a process of aggregation, fusion, and differentiation. Life water has clathrate, little hollow spheres that are made of oscillating circuits. Information is readily received and broadcast by such, and providing that a fluid state can exist, organic compound is favorably cleared away by life colloid degradation. Only upon a teaspoon of organic and inorganic fraction introduced into your body through Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic with some honey provides a force that can break any element consumed down and biologically allow element consumed to be assimilated or cleared away. Chlorophenol and chloromethane as ubiquitous chemical pollutant is dechlorinated and polymerized. Okay. Intermediary radical cation make a toxin inert. And lifecolloid abiotic reduction of petrochemical, such as nitrobenzene, by mineral absorption incurs unto lifecolloid complex mineral as montomorillonite and other clay-like particle in Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic. Jubbs lifecolloid has an anti-ulcerogenic effect. Plant, animal, fungal, marine, spore, bacterial, mold, lichen, moss, and numerous other life forms goes to make up dibenzo alpha pyronechromoprotein, DPP, like molecule. Molecule are a bioactive boon to health and exist in Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic. Lifecolloid have evolved to degrade pine tree terpenes. Co-metabolism is changing a non-growth substance into lifecolloid food. Enzyme activity as cellulase, xylanase, protease, lipase, amylase activity is matched by lifecolloid respiration activity. Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic contains an enormous array of amino acid, including L-carnitine. Such enhances sperm and egg infertility, maturity, and vigor. Polyunsaturated fatty acid as EPA and DHA produce DBP. These substances augment mitochondria required for energy synthesis. Kernozoic humate, calcium bound, found in Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic offer a great stability under stress, whereas non-silicated iron forms of protozoic lifecolloid are less able to withstand stressors. Chelation and actual biological transmutation is a fact of lifecolloid ability. Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic is safe and relatively inexpensive, and its adaptogenic brings all into balance. Nutrients from Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic pass straight through the blood-brain barrier. And protects endocrine gland function. It has elements that allow for it to mobilize and remove toxin as chemical and heavy metals. It's a product designed to be safe for dental amalgam. Exposure is all but impossible to avoid heavy metal, calcium phosphate, buildup in the body doubles every 2 years on average. Yet this can be dissolved and mobilized and effectively excreted in a safe process. Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic produces glutathione peroxidase to protect the brain, liver, kidney, central nervous system, and immune function. Also, Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic assists to correct and reprogram mineral-starved cells and also out-of-balance trace mineral digestion, distribution, and metabolism. Humate and fulvate of terrestrial, aquatic, and arboreal, above ground tree, arginine abounds in Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic. That is a super vitalizer, biotite, lepidolite, muscovite, and phlogopite. Is an example of minerals that are present in Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic, which are super vitalizers. These metal elements complex with humate, bismuthite, pyrite, manganetite, tourmaline, iron pyrite, and sulfide minerals occurring in Jubbs lifecolloid probiotic. The most abundant pyrite oxidizes to iron sulfate and also a hydrated oxide limonite. Lifecolloid are associated with calcite, barite, and silica and behave in such as they become complexed by humates that forms them from being exposed to nature's vortexes. Rock humic acid is a medium to small molecular weight heteropolycondensate of dibenzopyrone that is the core nucleus. This becomes formed by interaction with sedimentary rock, where interaction of plant, marine, invertebrate, and terrestrial life colloid engages a humification process. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic is full of this high-energy potential whole food vitamin mineral nutrient. High-energy amino acid as creatine and arginine phosphate is abundant in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic and acts as an ATP reserve energy synthesis. It is benthic because it exists as a result of life colloid of ocean bottom, riverbed, lake, and pond drainage beds. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic prevents against zero radical state of the fluid of intercellular constituent. It balances between oxidation and antioxidation. Oxidative stress is protected against by Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic and by applying Jubbs cell rejuvenation, period. Calculi as a wax-like deposit is cleared away, and peroxidation of fat is guarded against. Oh, fuck! Okay, neoplasm. Is it similar to Shilajit? It's similar, except it's better, because Shilajit doesn't have the life force that this does. Shilajit is more comparable to a clay, whereas this is more comparable to a blood, meaning it's alive. Shilajit is as far as I know, is kind of like a tar-like residue. This is actual soil. This is a rejuvenator, whereas Shilajit is only, as far as I know, a detoxifier. Do you take it daily, and how many servings is there? That's a good question. I'm going to have to get back to you on that, because this is going to tell me how to take it, but there's more pages that I have to read. So the last notification I got on my phone was 15% battery. I did plug it in, so we should be good, but if the phone dies, we're going to have to come back tomorrow, and I'll make the recipe tomorrow. But let's see if I can get through all this, okay? Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic Vitalizer, anti-neoplastic activity. Neoplasm is another word for cancer. Anti-neoplastic activity. An exhaustive analysis and new discovery of colloidal biology suggests that plant and earth-based organics have anti-neoplastic activity. Construct validity and reliability exist of transformed gene expression patterns of neoplastic condition as being modulated by DNA healing and vitalizing signaling pathways in cell cycle control. No idea what that just said. Construct validity, that's like if something makes sense. And reliability exists of transformed gene expression patterns of neoplastic condition. Transformed gene expression patterns of cancer. Transformed gene expression patterns of cancer. Okay, so if you have a gene expression pattern and then it transforms to be cancer, modulated by DNA healing and vitalizing signaling pathways in cell cycle control. Okay, so you can heal your DNA. That's what I get out of that. By eliminating dysbiotic fermentive life colloid. Okay, by getting rid of the unhealthy bacteria, you can heal your DNA and reverse cancer. That's what I get out of that. DNA and RNA for millions of years of deposit is the resin of such as is humates, so it can alter epigenetics. Yes, you're right. That's a better way to say it. Well, maybe not. I don't know if you can alter epigenetics, but I get what you're saying. Yes, it can alter the expression of genetics. No, you're right. You're right. Epigenetics. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's right. It can alter epigenetics. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Come on. That's why not? Genetics is that's an incomplete science. Epigenetics is where it's at. DNA and RNA from millions of years of deposit is the resin of such. Steve says awaken and make dormant certain genes. There you go, baby. DNA and RNA from millions of years of deposit is the resin of such as is humates found in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic and causes significant increased expression of both cyclin A1 and A2, while D1 and H are reduced. Do you know what that means? I don't. Cyclins regulate the transition of cell cycle expression. Phenolic compound, ester, lignins, all having antioxidant defense, is a major oxidative stress and disease reliever. This Lifecolloid is a powerful PTO. I don't know what PTO means. Anyone? Anti-neoplastic properties, anti-cancer properties. Amygdalin B17 abound in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic Vitamin. It is highly heat unstable. Anthony says, change your environment, change your epigenetics. Hell yeah. And this is your internal environment. This is the internal environment of the Garden of Eden. Inside. It's highly heat unstable. A very small amount of beta glucosidase unlocking enzyme within nitrilicide fruit is activated by mouth and stomach secretion, and a therapeutic amount of benzylaldehyde and cyanide is released. Okay. The amount released by Jubbs Lifecolloid clears away dysbiotic Lifecolloid of the mouth and gut. B17 is a blockage of metastasis and a healing vitalizer. It will inhibit any small growth tumor and is known to give great relief from discomfort and is known as a great neoplastic preventer. You need more than a super vitalizer. I am educating you on the value of oxygenation and raising vitality, being clear of toxin, resting and supporting the whole body. Studies show that by paying attention to reducing body inflammation overall, one raises albumin, which is a super blood transporter. And figuratively, you get more trains coming into the station to heal. Albumin is the marker for health. Albumin is when they measure blood albumin levels, they can see how intelligent and how healthy you are, because albumin is the blood transporter of nutrient to the cell and waste away from the cell. So that's what he's saying here, more trains coming into the station to heal. So by reducing inflammation, you reduce the blood proteins of globulin and fibrin. Globulin and fibrin are inflammatory proteins that when you have an inflammatory lifestyle, globulin and fibrin are raised in the blood plasma, and that basically chokes out albumin. You can only have a certain amount of protein in the blood, these blood proteins. And so if you have a high inflammatory proteins, you have a low albumin level. Okay, so he's saying, this is Dr. Jubbs speaking, I'm educating people about cancer being a mold for the past 23 years. So this is probably 10 years old. Let's say 33 years. Okay, Londos? 33. And that people are dying needlessly. That makes me fucking mad, though. All this fucking coronavirus bullshit, the junk food being sold to kids, you know, the vaccines, the chemo, the fucking antibiotics, the head contact, the brain trauma. People are dying needlessly. Are you interested in healing from cancer? I'm interested in healing the whole world of cancer, you know, and the energy that that is a cancer on the world. You know what I'm saying? There's a cancer on the world that's has to do with people's energy being fucking selfish. They're see you next Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying when I say see you next Tuesday? Spell that out. CUNT. People like Dana White, people like Conor McGregor, people like Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, fucking Close, the World Reset guy. See you next Tuesday, motherfucker. Living as long a healthy life as you can. Or do you support the insolvable, that this unsolvable challenge continues to exist? Okay, that's what I say. If you're not with me, you're against me. Fake role models, Steve said. False prophets leading the people astray. Wicked. Evil. Bill, who's the guy? Jim Jones? Making people drink Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? What happens when the truthful answer exists that a service is not needed? Service not needed, buddy. Do you have a professed interest to resolve cancer? Or is it just a sham of structured power kept? Is an owned company a prop for advocated totalitarianism? Will a more severe weakening of immunological defense and a greater toxicity and inflammation create not greater susceptibility to death of all causes in the long term? I'm starting to practice my metal voice now. I'm going to start singing after this. I witnessed healing occur from applying nature. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Joe. Can you control a cancer? Nitrilicide, as in amygdalin B17, is found in 1,400 fresh fruits and vegetables. And also in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. B17 contains 2 sugar units. One is a benzaldehyde and the other a cyanide beta glycosidase. It's an unlocking enzyme. Cancer cells have appreciable amounts of this enzyme only. Rhodinase is in all healthy cells and protects healthy cells from B17 effect of a programmed necrosis. Lithophilic, parentheses, rock eating, vegetation, as moss, algae, lichen, and other life colloid, are actively making humus, dirt, by biological transmutation and altering rock constituent into complex ingredient as humate and fulvate. The geography of Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic has had in its formation sea floor, flora, fauna, and terrestrial forces. They're all incurred to be present. Okay. So, as the earth has changed, this dirt has been formed. A rainbow spectrum of biophotonic light is imbued in Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. red, gold, yellow, blue, and blackish brown. The blackish brown is assayed as the most active vitalizer of all varieties of such similar Lifecolloid probiotic. Immunomodulator properties is imbued in Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic, and conifer resin broken down is present. It's a water-soluble asphalt bitumen and is a shilajit momio. Well, there you go. Most other supplement is only a fraction of the total active agents as in Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic. Okay, so if we measured this against shilajit, what he's saying is this is way more. Jubbs Lifecolloid lithophilic probiotic is a potent adaptogen and immunomodulator. It's a signal enhancer for cell communication. It's full of rock-eating organisms as Lifecolloid. It has enormous variety of organic solvent and soluble residue. A super vitalizer property is attributed to Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic as the resin coated onto sedimentary rock it is composed of, where the colloid of life remains of fossil marine fauna and flora on tidy sedimentary grain left over from natural degradation agent. Sediment formed is from precipitate and also evaporates of sea and lake, all depositing organic remains from Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic as an accumulation of densely rich vitamin mineral complex, including B17. Rich mineral content of Jubbs Lifecolloid probiotic act as fixers of such organic substance against leaching. Very little leaching incurred for this rare deposit to have formed that is full of some 50,000 species of bacteria. 50,000 probiotics. 50,000 species. How's that? If you go to the market, you buy a probiotic, you're lucky if you see 16 species. We got 50,000 in here, baby. Let's go. Lifecolloid and Jubbs probiotic eat tar, resin, sugar, starch, leftover indigestible protein, and fat debris. And also candida, mold, fungus, yeast, and bacteria that are unfriendly. These lithophilic Lifecolloid produce an enormous array of beneficial nutrient that dissolves stone. Okay, holy, what is this here? Alright, there's a bunch of more pages, but I'm just going to read these last 2 pages. This is what they should give to people instead of vaccination. You're speaking to the choir right there, Steve. They should give health food to people, right? Instead of cereal to kids and pizza and fucking McDonald's. McDonald's and chemical drugs is what they got right now. But they should give them health food. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff should be in the future, Look, I have no delusions. I have no delusions that I'm not gonna die. I know I'm gonna die. Now, I've been called delusional before because I believe I'm gonna be successful with the League of Champions and health food. But, one day I'm gonna fucking die. And I just want to leave a legacy. Before I go, I want a statue. I want a statue outside of a stadium. I want people to walk up to the Master Lucas Stadium and see a statue of me on the way in, dressed up as kind of like the equipment that I wear in sparring, but then kind of like upgraded to look kind of like Optimus Prime. Obviously, I don't have the trademark rights for that, so it had to be kind of tweaked. But the leader of the good guys. I've been called delusional because I believe I can make that happen. I can set up arenas that have built-in hotels and spas, so people can have jobs and come to stay and be healed of any condition. I believe that I can have a line of health food that kids will want to eat. And I'm not delusional that I'm not gonna die though. You know, I just I don't want to die before my mission is complete. So anyway, um, that was in response to something, I think. Oh yeah, maybe one day, Steve. Vaccination, it's fucking fucked up, motherfuckers. All right, so here's the Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic formula. So this was taught to me as something called black gold. Black gold is, if you work with a farm, or if you know a farmer or somebody who gardens, who does gardening, black gold is what they call a, just said reconnecting. All right. Black gold is in farming what they will call a really rich um, what's that stuff? Compost. I'm sorry, I gotta turn the space heater on. My fucking hands are freezing. I don't know how it is by you, but it gets cold at night, especially in the basement here. So this recipe was taught to me. When it was taught to me, they called it black gold. And let me see if I still have labels, because I was selling this at one point. I was selling black gold at one point. I didn't. I mean, I was selling it, but I don't think I actually sold any. I think I just ate it all. My tumors are not malignant, bro. Stop thinking of it as cancer, okay? It's a mold. Don't think of it as a death sentence, Even if I did have fucking stage 4 tumors, which I don't, I would be able to heal myself because I understand how to fight against mold, okay? This was, I'll just show you some. This was a website that I had, Nine Hospital. I think when I created this name, Nine there was 8 places in New York to get medical marijuana. So I said mine is number 9. Okay, we got a red bird, we got a green flag here. 9 Haas. I was trying to start a business selling medical marijuana edibles. Didn't really take off. I ended up just eating all my profit because I guess at the time people were just more interested in smoking or whatever. Okay, I got some labels here. Dino scales. That's my activated pumpkin seeds. Okay, we got Master Luki Health 24. This is a self-printed business card. Here's my first business card, lukekumo.com, with my old unibrow logo. Okay. I don't think I have any more of those labels for the black gold. I thought I might have some in here, Dino cheese. I gotta organize this shit though. Okay, my logo. This is kind of like an autograph card. It is a business card that I give to people, but I sign it with a gold Sharpie. Here's a better look. I think I should have put diamonds in the holes here, though. Master Luki's League of Champions, Eye of Providence. somebody told me not to talk about, me believing that I'm the Antichrist or the chosen one of the Illuminati. I didn't join the Masons because, in my opinion, I might be wrong. And if I turn up dead one day and they kill me, then we'll know I wasn't right. But in my opinion, from what little I know, I'm not initiated. I do know Masons, but I don't know the secrets. So this is just from what I do know. And this is Masonry. This is the Illuminati. This is like the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons. Okay, but what's on top of the all-seeing eye. This is where I want to go. I don't want to go here. So, in my opinion, by avoiding the rituals, or by not joining, by not paying, I'm going right to here to be the top. And somebody like the guy on the chat before who was calling me the Antichrist, that's a limited viewpoint, but the idea that what he's saying, I hope so. I hope that I get to the top of, the top of the top. That's where I want to get. I want to have my brand over everything. Because this is a trusted brand. This is health first. This is health. This is not profit first. This is health first. This is goodness. This is purity. This is what's important. Is not, I think I can fit into the Illuminati's plan of global dominance. I think my brand could go on top of that. As long as it's health oriented, if that makes sense. So it's not necessarily a star there, Anthony. It's actually a circle, but I'm gonna look that up because I know there is something. There is an 8-pointed star, but this logo, it has 8 holes, so it's a circle. It's actually where's my belt? Hold on. Sorry. Let me just... I just had... alright, so here's a smaller version. Yeah, no, that is my logo, bro. That is my logo. I put that there. And that's my face. You can't, you see Master Luki? League of Champions. I did this on Photoshop. Alright. I'll explain my logo, but basically, it's a championship belt. Okay, you have 8 holes. In each hole goes a magic crystal. Once you put the crystal in, out of the middle comes the spirit of the mythical beast. That's your rank in MMA. Just so happens that the medicine wheel, the Native American medicine wheel, has 8 directions. I don't know if that was coincidence or if it was destiny. My first logo, I'm not going to unplug my phone, but let me see if I can take you over here for a second. Before it was the League of Champions, it was the League of Assassins. So this is the first logo. And see, this was nine holes. So this was probably 2010, 2011 when I made these. It's actually because I was the silent assassin. So this was like right after the UFC, when I was still doing head contact. But this is a nice 70% recycled cotton, 30% recycled polyester. The idea was to have an eco-friendly line of clothing. So that was the original logo. I'm not gonna go through the the case down here, but I have all the designs that actually led to. First, I was actually calling it Kumdo, C-U-M-D-O, Kumo Do. It was like a C, and then the C had like sections, and then the sections were, different animals, and then each animal had a section within the section. So I was trying to figure out a way like to teach MMA through these different sections. Like each section was a technique that you had to learn, and it's like you got a piece of the fucking Triforce, that went into the thing, and then once you got all the techniques, then you got that rank. But anyway, so this is 10 mythical beasts that you get these crystals. Which name do you mean, Steve? Do you mean? Yeah, there's actually 10 mythical beasts, Anthony. There's the bull pegasus, the land shark, the living phoenix, the flying spider, the four-armed werewolf, the dragon boa, that's what I'm testing for, the dino croc, the king bear, the magic lion, which is number 9, and the magic lion is kind of like a school owner, somebody who can run a school. And then the 10th mythical beast is more of an honorary rank. It's a statue. It's called the Golden Lemur. And imagine like a Buddha in a lotus position, but it's a lemur, and it's holding this circle. So there's the bull pegasus, that's fitness. There's the land shark, that's basic self-defense, basic, very basic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and basic MMA for self-defense. Land shark. The living phoenix is combos, so it's not just striking combos, but grappling combos. Still kind of beginner stuff. The flying spider, that's equivalent to in terms of levels, it's equivalent to a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Flying spider. The four-armed werewolf is a belt with a black stripe, so it's like a first-degree black belt. Stand by. This is mine. This is my four-arm werewolf belt. Okay? So, there's a saying, if you're a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can beat like 95% of people in a fight, something like that. 98%, something like that. When I started professional fighting, I was a blue belt. Israel Adesanya, champion of the UFC, just got his purple belt. Okay, he was a blue belt when he was coming up in the UFC. So, if you're a blue belt now, in my system, you don't have to be blue. It's just a solid color. So this could be purple. This could be green. This could be camouflage. You know, they have camouflage belts. It could be yellow, orange, whatever. Okay? It's just a gradient scale. So the first belt is white, solid white. The second belt would be where the blue here is blue. It would be white, and then the black stripe, it would be color. Okay, and then the color would be on the outside for the next belt after that. We're talking about the Living Phoenix color here, white in the middle, and then solid color. That's the Flying Spider, solid blue or solid. It's just a gradient. Okay, so this is the Forearm Werewolf. My next belt that I'm testing for is the Dragon Boa. And the Dragon Boa is black on the outside and color on the middle. So that's the second degree black belt. Then it becomes solid black. And for that one, which is the Dino Croc, I have to be equivalent to a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't actually have to be a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I have to be equivalent to a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, I have to be able to hang with brown belts on the mat or beat brown belts on the mat. Like the guy at my gym, you know, the Jiu-Jitsu coach at my gym, he says, you know, train with the gi, I'll get you up to brown belt level. I said, bro, I'm not putting the gi on ever again. I swear to you, never. You know, I don't have to be a brown belt. I don't care about a belt. I just want to get to that level to be able to fight against a brown belt. Okay, so then we have a solid black, and then that's the Dino Croc. The King Bear is going to be black on the outside, and you know, I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking maybe gold. What do you think? Gold stripe in the middle. Might have to get a custom belt. Black with a gold stripe, maybe silver. Because after the King Bear, you have the Magic Lion. Maybe that will be gold. You know? Let's see. Oh, where does my name derive from, Luke? Kumo. Kumo is an Italian name. It's a Sicilian name. There's Kumos in a place, I've never met them, I've never been there, but there's Kumos in Italy that have a, what's the place where they make wine, where they grow wine, where they grow grapes. There's Kumo, you can look it up online. It's a Kumo wine. It's in Sicily, a place called Canacetti. My uncle went there like a couple years ago. They don't export though, for some reason. I think you actually have to go to Italy to get it. But yeah, I know there's a Lake Como in Italy. I don't know if it has anything to do with that. Honestly, I'm not too educated on that. I really, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm not proud of being Italian, but Italians, to me, especially in America, are fucking pigs. They eat pork, they eat beef, they eat pasta. They're fat. They're you know, I'd rather be considered American, to be honest. I'd rather be considered Native American, even though I'm not part of a tribe. I was born here in America, and I consider myself to have a native spirit. That's what the word native means. It means born. You know, born on this land. My four grandparents, Anthony, of my four grandparents, 3 are from Sicily, and 1 is from Naples. So on my dad's side, you know, my my oh, I think everyone eats the foods you mentioned, not just Italians. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But you know, if you think of the Italians in America, they maybe I shouldn't judge them. You know, whatever. Yeah. So let's see. Of my great grandparents, like my mom's mom. I think one of her parents, one of my great grandparents was from Naples. Yeah, I'm pretty much mostly Sicilian, Anthony, but um, yeah, I don't know because when I go to this is more a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but when I go to my parents' house, they have stars on the mantle. It looks kind of out of place, but I believe it's because my dad's a Freemason and my mom's a what's the female version? The Sisterhood of the Eastern Star or something. Because like you know, it might be schizophrenia or just you know, just a theory that I have. But when I like walk down the street and I see a house that just has like a random big star on it, I'm like, that's a Freemason. And I'm not judging like that's bad or good. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I did go to one meeting because when I left UFC, I I had one kid and one on the way, and I freaked the fuck out. What am I gonna do with my life? Uh, I took the police test, and like my dad was a cop, but then I realized I was gonna have to have a gun. I said I don't want to either A, shoot somebody, or B, get shot myself. So I decided not to become a cop. And this was one of the last times I ate meat, and I just started seeing death everywhere. It was like it was like a hallucination. Like I'm just like seeing skulls and just like having these fucking thoughts. And I remember walking with my kid. We were actually in this house, but we were in the upstairs apartment. See, my dad made a deal with my wife at the time, that he would let us stay for a year free in exchange to baptize our son, because he's hardcore Catholic. So we were upstairs here. I remember walking him in his carriage, and the grains do cause hallucination, like I was saying. I remember walking past a construction site, and I was thinking about, I said to myself, this was after I had went to one Mason meeting, like to see if I was going to do it. And I was going to do it, but then it was like, they sent me an email, it was like $275 to join. And I didn't have the money. So I said, oh fuck, I guess I'm not doing it. So I'm thinking to myself, and to be honest, I did a lot of weed in my life, and I did self-medicate for depression and anxiety, and so I might have been on weed at the time, but I was thinking, maybe what I'll do is I'll do it, I'll become successful anyway without joining the Masons. And then I remember walking past the construction site, and the guy, he was talking to one of the other construction workers, but me hallucinating, I'm thinking he's talking to me. And he says, Yeah, but you know that's going to be really hard to do it that way. Something like that. You know? So I asked my Mason friend the other day, I said, look, because I'm pretty fucking desperate right now, to be honest, guys. This whole COVID thing, they shut down everything. I haven't had a tournament in a year. I was supposed to have one on my birthday in April, but it had to get canceled, and sometimes I just think, like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Like, to be an entrepreneur, there's a hair stuck here. To be an entrepreneur is hard enough, but then I got people like my parents and ex-girlfriends saying, you're gonna be a bum. My parents saying, oh, how long you been at this? You haven't done shit yet. When are you gonna give up? So, I don't know, maybe I should join. But I really believe, that I can. Anthony saying I should? Okay. Are you a Mason too? Biden wants to close the economy down longer as well. Oh, okay. Well, how old are you? I thought you were young. You've been in one for a while? Yeah, I just feel like, I'm gonna get... Oh, you're about my age? Okay. I just feel like it's gonna open doors that are closed, to be honest. They're closed to me right now. But I asked one of my Mason friends the other day, I said, do I have to become Mason to be successful? Because it's like, I'm an outsider in that right now. It's like nobody's giving me the time of day. Maybe I'll give it just a little bit longer, and then, because I've got nothing against Masons. I don't, it's not that I don't want to be one. It's just that I don't know, I feel like I don't know what's the reason. Figure it out. Anyway, should I get back to the formula here? It'll open a lot of doors. Yeah, thought so. Where are you at? Aren't you in Europe or something? Do you have to get involved with charities when being a Mason? I don't know about that. Ask Anthony. Roxbury? Where's that, Massachusetts? Mike Kumo shared a video. Okay, this is my uncle who went to Sicily. Food secrets from our grandparents' generation. Okay. Depends on your lodge, but we do a lot of community service for sure. Yeah. Cool. Alright. I can't see though how much battery I got left on this phone here. Anyway, let's see. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic formula. Black gold. Yeah, so I was trying to find the label for the black gold, but I might have thrown it out because it's like one of those things. I've had so many like failed attempts at products. I had the medical marijuana, I had the dino scales, which is the activated pumpkin seeds by itself. I had the power sushi. I had the let's see, I said the medical marijuana. I had the black gold. So I made these labels up, and then I think I had a few labels left, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm never gonna sell this shit, so I threw it out. Anyway, it just the other day it came to me that I need to get some Lifecolloid. So I got some, and what I'm gonna do is, because I've been fasting, I'm going to I'm gonna keep fasting, but now, because of the Lifecolloid, I think it's gonna give me that extra, nutrition that I need to be able to do fasting, and feel strong and feel good. It didn't say in this paper that I've read so far tonight. It hasn't said anything about it. But when I originally learned about Lifecolloid, a lot of it was about bringing back into balance the neurotransmitters being made by healthy bacteria. So I remember when I first started taking Lifecolloid, I did feel less depressed. So, I don't have any weed, I don't have any mushrooms, magic mushrooms. I have the lion's mane mushroom powder that I'm going to put in my tea, and then combined with this Lifecolloid. I'm just looking for I'm looking for a miracle, really, is what I'm looking for, is a miracle of fucking health. At 41, with debilitating injuries and depression, to be able to make a fucking comeback and do what I've been working towards. Weed is technically legal, not for depression though, and not recreation yet. I think it might be this year though. I think they might do the recreation. I remember hearing something, but it doesn't stop me from getting it. It's easy for me to get. I just can't afford it. I have about, let's see, 30. Well, I got to do laundry tomorrow, so that's going to cost me $20 to $30. So let's not count the cash that I have. On my bank account, I have about $85. So I can't afford weed. I need $85 because, I might need to get food for my kids, or I don't know. I just might need to get something. So I'm not spending it on food. I don't know if you saw in my freezer there, I have about 7 cheeses. That's all I've been eating. I'm not complaining about my economic situation. I'm explaining, why I'm not. Weed to me is a temporary fix. I mean, God, it's fucking amazing. I love it. Makes me feel so good. And I do microdosing. I don't get high. But, I do get, my mood gets elevated. But I'm not when you think of, when people, my parents, for example, and they criticize me for using weed, they go, oh, you get high. They're thinking I'm, fucking smoking weed and getting baked and, sitting around, no. Weed takes me from being depressed to being normal or slightly above normal. As far as my mood, I'm not, getting high, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I don't smoke, bro. Definitely not. I don't bake it either. What I do is I cook it, and then I put it in the blender with quinoa and chia and honey, and it basically makes like it's kind of like a brownie. Yeah, it's kind of like a Life Food certified brownie. But because I've been fasting, I can't eat, and so I can't even eat that. But my friend, who's Mason, he bought. Uh, he paid for $150 worth of weed, which was $130. I charged him $150. It was $130 for a half ounce or a quarter ounce. Forgot. I think it was 14 grams, whatever that is. Is that a half ounce? I think it's a half ounce. 14 grams of weed, and then usually I'll split that into 3 or 4 servings. Not servings because it's way more than a serving, but I'll split it into 3 or 4 sections, right? And then I'll keep one of those for myself as kind of like a finder's fee, because I'm not making any profit. I'm using all the money. He pays $150. I spend $130 on the weed. I spend the other $20 on the honey and the chia and the millet. So I'm not making like money off it, but I take a little extra for me. But then he didn't show up to pick it up because he lives in a different state. And then he said, if you want, you can dip into it. So I think it was 3 sections. The first one I took for myself. He said dip into the second one if you want. And then, he said, if you ever need any, just take it. So I fucking ate all this weed. Bro, my bad. But I am making him a rash guard, which is a $50 rash guard. I'm not going to charge him. So, we're friends, I guess. We're brothers, right? We're brothers. Alright, Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic. I can be eaten. Yeah. So that's gone. I had some magic mushrooms because that's actually really good for depression. And that helped a little bit. I used that kind of like as a transition to nothing. So I went from the weed to the magic mushrooms. Now I'm on nothing. I'm not even on, I'm on food because I had cheese today, but I'm working towards no food. Jubbs Lifecolloid Probiotic can be eaten as 1/2 teaspoon with 1 teaspoon of honey and 1 teaspoon of coconut butter twice a day. Okay. So there it is. There's the formula right there. Alright, so let me take so it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So what I'm gonna do is let me just take my phone out and plug it in the kitchen so that battery power 15%. Okay, so I'm not losing any power if I plug this in. I'm not losing any battery power on the phone, so that's good. Okay. So, fuck, it's cold. So let me measure this. And I'm going to see how much is actually here. It looks like about a cup. If I lick my fingers, it's okay because this is only for me. I'm not selling this. I'm not giving it to anybody. This is my own personal stash. Alright. Fucking looks like a dookie, huh? Shit, it's not even a cup. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna say that's a full cup there. So this is like maybe a half. We'll just say that's a half cup. Okay, now I'm gonna lick all this because I don't want it to go to waste. Alright. No taste whatsoever. Okay. So, the coconut I'm going to be using, right? The recipe calls for half a teaspoon of this shit with 1 teaspoon of honey and 1 teaspoon of coconut butter. So, let me get this so you can see my pot there. Okay. So, we got coconut oil. The price, this I believe was $122 for this right here. I think you can get it on lifefood.com. I got a discount. I got 40% off. Cause I'm Master Lukey. That's why. But yeah, if you, I could hook you up. Now, so I'm gonna do a cup. Let me just turn on the. So I don't want to burn it. So I'm gonna go half power. So we gotta go. So this is 3/4. This is that. I gotta go right there. Okay. So let's see. I'm just gonna eyeball it. To be a cup. Ew. We gotta melt this so it can mix together. A little more. I think that's about right. This is a healthy brain fat for the guy before who said you need animal fat. Coconut fat, even better. Alright, now I got the good honey for this. Shit was $20. Raw honey, buckwheat blossom. Look how deep this color is. I sprung for the good stuff. The honey I usually get is half the price, but it's an orange blossom and it's not raw, so this is most likely, I mean, it's definitely not organic. It doesn't say organic, but it's also most likely from, oh, it says non-GMO. That's good. But it could be from, what do you call it? What's the seedless? Navel oranges that are grown for orange juice. So, I mean, it doesn't give me a toothache, which certain sugars, like a little bit maple syrup, but also palm sugar, coconut palm sugar. I would say this is okay. Is the honey they sell in stores 100% pure honey though? Not sure, Anthony. It depends. This is definitely 100% pure honey. The ones that in stores that you might suspect is not pure honey is going to be a lighter color. And if it says honey and it just says honey, you can be suspect. But if it says, like this honey is from buckwheat blossom, the other honey is from orange blossom, those you could suspect. You could be suspect of those things. If it just says honey. Also, clover honey is no good. Clover honey, it has the same sugar in it as cane sugar, and it has to do something. Has to do with something like the bees, because all bees are from Africa. All honeybees are from Africa, and apparently there's no clover in Africa, so the bees in their millions of years of evolution, they never had any clover flower, so apparently that combination of the pollen from, I don't know what the reason is, but clover is the one honey that you shouldn't have, even if it's raw. Okay, but if it doesn't say anything, if it says golden blossom, that's no good. You have to assume, if it's wildflower, you have to assume it's clover. And then I would stay away from that. If it says nothing, if it just says honey, yes, I would be suspect that it's not pure honey. And it's gonna be pale. This honey though is deep. It's a deep color. If you look, you can see how. This is a clear glass bottle. You look how dark it is. This honey is 2 pounds. It was $20. This honey is 2 pounds. It was $10. So it's half price for the orange blossom, non-organic. $20. This one doesn't say organic either, but it does say raw. Never pasteurized. Carefully harvested to protect freshness. Okay. Alright, so the coconut is melted. Let me just dip my finger, make sure it's not too hot. Yep, it's just warm, that's all. So, Yeah, a tablespoon a day might be good for you, bro, but I fucking eat a shit ton of honey. Now, I want to use this to measure the honey, so I'm going to put this in first. Let me get a fork, because I'm going to have to use this fork to mash it all together. Let me actually take this off the heat. The reading said that this shit's extremely heat sensitive, so I don't want to fucking put it on too much heat. I just wanted to melt the coconut, you know? Okay, so now we got that. Shit. Do a cup of this. Holy, that's thick. She thick. We like it thick. Oh yeah. Come on, get down with the thickness. Now I need a spatula to scrape out that honey. Okay. Now, put this over here. Okay. Alright, let's see. Should I just leave it there? I think it's good, right? No, I just gotta mush everything together. Can't see though, right? Let's go back to where I was over here. See, because I have this fucking cancer in my colon, which is it causes a pain in my throat when I swallow on the left side. So it's like a what do you call it? A glands. It's like the gland on the left side of my throat. It's not a pain. It's just, you know, it's because it's a condition that I've had for so long. I wouldn't say it's super painful, but it's definitely annoying. That if I eat, you know, it flares up. And when I don't eat and when I cleanse, it goes away. So I know that when I do fasting, it's going to heal. But I noticed just now, even just the small amount of what I just ate, it just awakened me to that. Like, I wasn't feeling it the past couple hours when I've been reading, because I haven't been eating anything. And then the small amount that I just ate, it's just like, it just woke me up to that. You know, it's just like it's educating, the bacteria is educating me to what I need. It creates intelligence. And that's exactly what I needed for this next part of my journey in terms of healing, which is to be able to do fasting. Like even the cheese, it's such a small amount of material. It's such a small amount of material, but it's like I'm only eating it out of habit. Like, I don't need any nutrition from the cheese. All I need is to rest my colon so it can heal itself. Whatever is in there, whether it's a tumor, whether it's just like scar tissue, whether it's just inflammation, whether it's an infection, you know, it's something that is only going to go away if I let myself heal. And nothing that I eat is going to help it, and it's only going to hurt it more. So hopefully, what I'm hoping is that this is going to help me fix that situation over the next however long I'm able to. Maybe it's going to be 3 weeks that I don't eat anything except this. Let me just find a container to put it all in. We got a nice big bald mason jar here. How's that? It's blue. Hell yeah. Definitely big enough. I think I had macadamia nuts in here at one point. Oh shit, it didn't mix up enough. Fuck. There's still like a little clump in there. Fucking hell. I used to use a blender. I honestly didn't feel like cleaning my blender out and doing shit like that, so. Alright, whatever. Let me use the fork a little more, maybe. I wish I had a small whisk. That'd be nice. I'm just scraping out whatever small amounts on the thing. Where's that fork? Fork here. See if I can. Shit, I still gotta do my singing lessons. Fuck. I mean, not fuck, I like it. Just almost forgot. It's only a half hour to an hour, so it's not. Alright, now I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Guys, I'm gonna end the stream for now. You know, thanks for tuning in and shit. Appreciate it. Put the top on. The door. I'm gonna make another fizzy without the tea, because what time is it? It's too late for caffeine. 9:46. Yeah, it's too late for caffeine. So I'm just gonna do lemon. If you want to hang out, I'll show you. I'll show you my last thing. I gotta look. Plug this back in. Okay. The water's got to warm up, so just give me a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna see here. I'm just gonna quickly organize some of this shit here, if you don't mind. Okay. We got power sushi labels. Holy, look how fucking I thought this shit was gonna pop off. I got all these power sushi labels. I mean, I guess it's all self-improvement, right? I went from eating normal shit to being able to exist on fucking pumpkin seeds, bro. I'm living on pumpkin seeds. Let me throw this one out. How disciplined is that? And now I'm fasting. The guy who does the snake diet on YouTube, he says fast down to the bone. Oh, my original 9 Haas. My original 9 Haas logo. Emergency medicine. Jubbs Institute certified. I'm gonna keep that for sentimental purposes. That was kind of a waste of money. I was gonna use for tickets, but I think I got it from Vistaprint. It's the first Mythical Beast, the Bull Pegasus. I probably got like 500 of these fucking business cards. Holy. I do like printing shit though, because it makes my dream more reality. It brings my vision into existence. You know? So Anthony, you're saying if I join the Masons I can make this happen. I thought maybe I could just bypass all this shit and just go right to the top by being pure of heart and spirit. You know? Talk to me. You motherfuckers aren't gonna help me out unless I join. Maybe I shouldn't put it like that. I'm not selfish, bro. I'm on a mission to save people's health. I think that's important. I'm not in it for the bucks, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in it to get rich. I just want to fix the problems. Of course, I have problems in my own life. I can't take care of my own kids. You know, that's a major problem. It's affecting my depression. that I can't provide for them. You know. And then there's the you think, what's the wrong way? What did I say? Something I said? The wrong way to look at it? The Spirit of God runs through man. I believe that. 100%. 1,000,000%. Alright, I can hear the you can hear the water boiling. It's about to be ready. This is a self-printed card. You got Master Luigi on one side. You got your squad belt on the other side. Boom. Okay, if the water is ready, before I'm done with this, I won't make you sit around and watch me fucking clean up my mess. What is this, though? What is this shit? Fucking paper? What the hell? It's got random paper in there. Oh, it's good to clean up once in a while, huh? I'm gonna throw this shit out. Okay. Okay. Lemon. Take a couple of seeds out if I can. You can always pick them out of the cup, mug, whatever. That's why I do the lemon first. Because I'm not eating, I really like to get the pulp in there, so it feels like I'm actually chewing something. Okay, let me turn this off because I don't need it to be boiling. I don't want it to be too hot that I can't drink it right away. Oh, I probably shouldn't even drink before I sing because I start singing and there's a seed in here. I start singing and then I'm like burping. Thought there was a seed. Oh, there it is. Come on, for a little fella. Got him. Okay. Lemon. Now I put a little Celtic in there too. A little Celtic. Steve, don't look. I'm putting way more than a tablespoon. Uh-huh. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so, if you wanted a caffeinated version, you could put your tea in. I'm just putting hot water. Damn, that's too hot. Fuck. I'm not gonna be able to drink this shit. Okay. Alright, after this I'm going to turn off the stream, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Got a lot of time in today. A lot of people watching a long stream. I was at 2527 earlier today. So I got to get to 4,000, then I can monetize my channel. Which might be futile anyway, because we live in a world where fucking people are doing vaccines and I'm anti-vax, so they might shut my channel down anyway. You know what I'm saying? My friend Sir Doyle got his channel shut down completely, but he was calling people pedophiles, so maybe that's considered hate speech. I should be able to call bullshit on the fucking germ theory though. But they might say, oh, dangerous misinformation. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are doing the misinformation. Telling people they need to fucking get vaccinated with this shit. Good Lord, what is this world coming to? Are you Masons in on that stuff? You might have to fight, bro. I want to be an anti-vax Mason then. Is there such thing? It was interesting for sure. Am I going to be at the gym on Friday after? Hold on. And being around the right and similar people. You catch my drift. I got you, Anthony. I got you. Xavier, am I going to be at the gym on Friday after BJJ? I'm going to be there for BJJ, bro. I don't know about after. I'll be there at BJJ, though. I might be doing the sparring there only once a month, though, Xavier, because I'm trying to get four spots. One we already got in Limbrook. I want to do one in Pennsylvania, one in New Jersey, and one in Connecticut. 4 weeks in the month. That's my tour. I'll definitely be there for class though. And then if you're there for class, maybe I'll stick around. We'll do something. Hello from Fox River Bushcraft. Okay. Hello. Never seen you before. How you doing? This is called a fizzy shot or a fizzy drink. We got one whole lemon. We got a tiny bit of Celtic salt. We got a decent amount of honey. And I left room at the top because it's so hot, the water that I put in. When I put the sodium bicarbonate in it, it's going to go. So I hopefully have enough room at the top. I'm probably going to have to drink it quick so that it doesn't pour over the top. This is anti-cancer. This is health stimulating. This is oh, the other one, Anthony, I forgot to ask you. Roxbury is Massachusetts, because Massachusetts is a big MMA community. I definitely want to do have that as part of my tour. Let me know. Anti-cancer, alkaline. The sodium bicarbonate's gonna act as the scrubbing bubbles for the intestine. Yes. Okay. Bet. I'll see you soon then, bro. We'll talk about that thing. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So, this can be done about 8 times a day to heal cancer. How about that? You can say heal cancer. You can't say cure cancer. You can heal cancer, though. Watch this. Oh! Look at the fizz. Let's go, baby. Alright, not too bad. It didn't foam up like I thought it was, but... Oh, man. Bro. Hungry than a motherfucker. So good. Something about a hot drink on a cold day. You know what I'm saying? Try it. Let me know if you want. I'll try and come up with some more content for you guys. I ain't gonna let you hear me sing yet, though, because I'm garbage. A lot of voice cracking going on. Thanks again, Nub. Any other questions or messages or whatever, go to masterluki.com. Click on where it says about. You got all my contact info there. I'm going to delete that chat box so you can just go straight to the social media, email, cell phone, Skype, whatever. Over and out.